What mind-blowing, but simple, facts would satisfy a 4-year-old daughter's daily request for one fact before bedtime? Most elephants weigh less than a blue whale's tongue. Bees tell their friends about good nearby flowers by dancing. Kangaroos can't walk backwards. Edit. I want to make it clear that I have no idea who Daniel Tosh is, and when I say walk I mean hop. In Switzerland, it's illegal to own just one guinea pig. If you have any, you have to have at least two. They get lonely. Otters have skin pockets for their favorite rocks. There's an island in Japan populated only by fluffy bunnies. When a bee is chosen to be the new queen, they are given a special type of honey that completely changes their bodies. Kind of like how a Pokemon evolves. Super simplified, but it's still pretty cool to think about. A polar bear's skin is black. Wow, gold, thank you so much. Butterflies smell with their feet. Edit. Wow, thanks for my first gold, stranger. Some species of burrowing spiders keep teeny tiny frogs in their burrows to keep it free of bugs too small for the spider to get that might try to eat the spider's eggs. This means that tiny frogs are spider cats. Horses are more closely related to rhinos than to deer. Pineapples are a collection of berries. There are more stars than there are grains of sand on all the beaches in the world. Cows can walk upstairs, but they can't walk down. From the time Pluto was discovered until the time it was demoted from planethood, it still hadn't made one complete revolution around the sun. Chocolate was once used as currency, by the Aztecs. More accurately, cacao beans were used. Worms have 5 hearts. The surface of Mars is covered in rust, making the planet appear red. The red food coloring, carmine, that's used in a lot of candy is made up of a kind of beetle. There's a train station in Japan that has a cat station master, currently Naitama. Cows have best friends and get stressed when separated. Tomatoes were once thought to be inedible since they're in the same family as nightshade, which is poisonous. Ada cause I got a lot of comments ABT this one. Tomatoes acidity interacted with lead plates, lead poisoning. Smile. Check out Un0v494's comment. Apples float but pears sink. Apples float because they are 25% air. Wombat poop is cube-shaped. It takes a little over 8 minutes for the light from the sun to get to Earth. Hippopotamus milk is pink. Some fish cough. Don't eat too many carrots or your skin will turn orange. That happened to my own daughter. Some frogs will glow when they eat fireflies. Before 1913, parents could mail their kids to grandmas through the postal service. A lot of the TV or internet videos she watches comes via undersea cables. This list of what groups of animals are called. A group of elephants is a parade, a group of owls is a parliament, a group of wildcats is called a destruction. https://grammar.yourdictionary.com word list of names for groups of animals.html. You've got 253 comments as of this post. Up. Only 112 more to go for a full year's worth of facts. Here's mine. The Romans were some of the first people to wear bikinis. https://n.wikipedia.org Wiki history of bikini. Fact: a curious 4-year-old can never be satisfied with one fact per day. I once told my son that there was a scientist for everything. So we started a tradition where he'd pick something to see if there were people that studied it, and I'd give some age-appropriate examples of what they do. Edit. Thank you for the silver. Might suggest the study of metals and alloys and when we use what kind. He's always talking about the different eras of human history, primitive age, modern age, future age, etc., so it'd be a good segue to Iron Age, Bronze Age. Editing again to add. Since it's been mentioned in so many replies, apparently the podcastologies is like this, may not have the most family-friendly vocabulary, but I don't know, I haven't listened to any of it. Dogs can tell when you're coming home by how much of your scent is left in the house if you have a daily routine. https://thebark.com content dogs smell passage time https://thebark.com content dogs smell passage time. The building in the world with the most toilets is Wembley Stadium. Cows get excited when they solve puzzles. The filling in a Kit Kat is broken up Kit Kats. One time a guy ate an aeroplane. It took him several years, but he did it. The little jump guinea pigs do when they're happy is called popcorning. When a cat walks towards you with its tail up, that means it likes you and is excited to see you. Elephants have a noise that means there are bees here, let's leave immediately. They played golf on the moon one time. I will add more if I think of them. What topics does she like? Humans are bioluminescent and glow in the dark, but the light that we emit is 1,000 times weaker than our human eyes are able to pick up. Source http://www.livescience.com 7799 Strange humans glow visible light.html. Cashews come from a fruit. Owls cannot be choked. Giraffe tongues are black. Your hand is exactly the same size as your face, thwack. The name for the Arctic comes from the ancient Greek word for bear, Arctus. Named after one of the constellations Ursa Major, Big Bear, or Ursa Minor, Little Bear, but there are bears living there too. So basically, the Arctic is called bear, and the Antarctic is called not bear. Edit, slight fact correction, thanks a Wolfire Empant. It rains diamonds on Saturn and Jupiter, other planets. Whales are closer to cows than to sharks. Edit, you are hilarious, and she's 4. I think Mumdad will deal with genome later. Most people have more than the average number of arms. Pufferfish are full of water, not air. Don't know if that's mind-blowing, but I learned that at the ripe old age of 38. It's logical when I think about it, but it never crossed my mind. Also, a spinning disk is going faster at the outer edge than in the middle. Male seahorses carry the baby in their tummy instead of the mommy. Making pennies cost more than their actual value. Lobsters were considered disgusting and low-class food, to the point that feeding them to prisoners too often was considered cruel and unusual punishment. Also, they're basically just big sea roaches. Tigers have striped skin. Teresa D is fridge but not in refrigerator. A woodchuck belongs to the family of ground squirrels. A platypus lays eggs, and has milk, making it the only mammal that could in theory make its own custard. Ask her to give you one fact in exchange of one fact. This will encourage her to learn more and try to meet the daily one fact before bed. A day on Venus takes longer to complete than a year on Venus. How? It simply takes longer for Venus to do one complete rotation around its own axis than it does for the planet to rotate around the Sun. Edit, from my memory I believe it's only like 10 to 15 days difference. But still an interesting fact. Another fun fact is aluminum used to be such a precious metal, and so expensive, that the top point of the Washington Monument is made of pure aluminum. At the time of construction, that aluminum would be about like capping it with platinum today. 1. Animals that lay eggs don't have belly buttons. 2. Slugs have 4 noses. 3. Camels have 3 eyelids. 4. Flamingos turn pink from eating shrimp. 5. Kangaroos cannot walk backwards. 6. A hummingbird weighs less than a penny. 7. Broccoli is classified as both a vegetable and a flower. 8. The Hawaiian alphabet only has 12 letters. 9. Fish cough. 10. Snails breathe through their foot. 11. If you keep a goldfish in a dark room it will turn white. 12. Bullfrogs never sleep. 13. Elephants can't jump. 14. Pigs can get a sunburn. 15. Fish can drown. 16. The average American eats approx 35,000 cookies in his or life 17. Only male turkeys gobble 18. Penguins are the only birds that can both swim not fly 19. Male kangaroos are called boomers, females are called flyers 20. Koalas sleep 22 hours a day 21. Kangaroos can't smell. Birds poo and pee from the same hole at the same time. The distance from your inner elbow to your wrist is the same as the length of your foot. This one is fun because it sounds insane. The forearm looks longer, but if you put your foot to your arm you see it's accurate. If you put both hands in front of you and write a word, your non-dominant hand will write an exact mirror of your dominant hand without you having to think about it. It will work with shapes too if she's too young to write words.